Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, do I have another video for you today. A couple days ago, I made a video on Andrew Tate, the Sigma ultimate woman beater. Recently, I went down the rabbit hole a little bit further. I was looking into him, and I wanted to really see who is Andrew Tate. And what I discovered is actually really sad. Before the video begins, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys for the almost 5,000 subscribers. Let's get there, boys. Hype train. Now, if we want to know more about Andrew Tate, we should start from the beginning. What was life like for baby Tate?
I actually put something on Twitter the other day that went viral and pissed everyone off. Why is it everything I say annoys everybody? I'm just trying to live my life, and I just try and say something, and everyone's like, "What?" Nah. So I said the other day that any child who's obsessed with superheroes, that's a warning sign to the father. When I was a child, the only superhero I was interested in talking to or being around was my dad. Like if I watched Batman and I go to my dad and say, "Hey, did you see what Batman did?" My dad would sit me down and go, "Fuck that. Listen to what I've done." The one thing my father was fantastic at was prioritizing the mindset of my brother and I above even his relationship with my mother. So, because there's so many dudes who end up being cucked out in their own household because they don't want to argue with the wife, and the sons see that shit. I was never raised around that. My dad would disappear to chess tournaments for 2 months. He's gone for 2 months. He walks in the door, my mom's like, "Emery, where you been? It's been 2 months. I don't know where you've been. What is this? I've gone through your clothes. There's a picture of some bitch in your da-da-da." And my dad had been home for 42 minutes, and he'd just go, "Sorry, son, she won't shut up." Walked out again. See you in 2 months. Whoa. That's just who he was. He's like, "I ain't sitting there taking shit off a bitch."
Uh-oh, that sounds like fatherless energy to me. Listen, Andrew, I'm gonna be real. It sounds like your dad just really wasn't a good father. Hey, listen, it's okay, alright? 1 in 4 American households don't have a dad. It is very common to be fatherless. See, when he says that like, "Oh, my dad was teaching me how to be, we were mentally strong. My dad raised us to be strong by cheating on my mom and never being around." I'm gonna be real, this is real insecure energy. As a man who didn't have his father around as a kid, I would make up excuses for why my dad would do things. Why wouldn't my dad want to hang out with me? Oh, it's probably because of X reason. As a kid, when you want your dad, you'll make up excuses for why you want your dad to still, like, "Oh man, my dad isn't a bad person, he's just out to get milk." So essentially what we gathered from this is that Andrew Tate has daddy issues. He didn't have a fatherly figure growing up, so he justifies it by saying that his dad was actually teaching him how to be more of a man. So now he goes and takes that abuse and puts it onto other kids, because his dad never let him have an opinion on stuff, wanting to talk about himself all the time. It sounds like Andrew grew up really seeking fatherly approval, so he became that father. And though not a good father, kids that are super insecure in themselves are gonna look at Andrew and be like, "Wow, he's so cool. He has cars and money and all this amazing stuff." But it's a false narrative. You don't look at Bill Gates and be like, "Oh wow, he's a Sigma, because he's way richer than Andrew Tate." Plus, anyway, in Andrew Tate's mind, if you're poorer than someone, you like have no value to that person.
There's only one of 3 reasons you're poor. You're either lazy, or arrogant, or you're stupid. And when I say poor, what I basically mean is less money than me. Because I, Tate, Lord of Earth, set the bar. I set the difference between rich and poor. My amount of money is the amount of money you need to be rich. If you have less money than me, even by a single cent, you're a fucking brokey, a wagey, a peon, a peasant, a nobody.
I don't get how you can actually be a fan of Andrew Tate, considering he actively bashes his fans. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm rich, and anyone beneath me, anyone under $3 million of value, yeah, you're a peasant, you're a pleb, alright? Get down to the streets, work, slave."
You're either lazy, you're arrogant, or you're stupid. If you were none of those 3 things, you'd be here with me in this room, wouldn't you? But you're not, because you are a fucking peon.
For a man of the people, he's sounding like he hates the people. Now, how does Andrew Business run his operation? Even though Andrew Tate doesn't have that big of a following on his own accounts, he gives out affiliate links so other people, his 12-year-old and 10-year-old fans, they're promised that they'll get some of the money if they sell his courses. So they make TikTok accounts all with links to his course in the hopes that they'll make some money. But at the end of the day, most of the time, it's just filling up your timeline. You watch one Andrew Tate video, your timeline is filled with little soy boys going, "Oh, Andrew Tate, please Andrew Tate, give me attention. Look, I made a fan account for you. I love you, Andrew Tate. You're such a man." Listen, if you're an Andrew Tate fan, it's fine, okay? You're probably a little bit insecure inside, and it's okay. You're human. Andrew Tate is very insecure about his baldness, actually, and it's okay to be bald. There's no problem with it. But man, you gotta embrace it. Listen to Andrew make up excuses for why he's bald.
It's a long story, I'll keep it short, but when I was young, my father said I should shave my hair off because he said, when you're a full-grown man, nobody cares what your hair looks like. They're gonna care about the quality of man you are as an individual. They don't care what your hair looks like, they care if you're big and strong and rich and successful and interesting and charming and smart. So you don't need hair. Any man who really thinks they need hair to be attractive to females or to matter in the real world has no substance.
Shaved all my hair off because I was talking to someone about how male haircuts are bullshit. And they go, well, you've got a haircut, and you've got hair. So I shaved it all off to prove the point. If you give a shit about your haircut, you have to question yourself why, because girls don't care. So the only reason why is because you want to, I don't know, either impress yourself, because you like to sit in the mirror with your dick in your hand, jerking off, measuring with a fucking, I don't know, a laser-guided fucking measurement on your own hair, hoping the millimeters are right just before you jizz. Or you're trying to impress other dudes like a homo.
Listen, Andrew, okay? We can see the pictures. Your hairline was obviously receding even before you quit kickboxing. It's okay to say that you just wanted to embrace the baldness, alright? You were losing your hairline, you're getting old, you just shaved your head. Just say, yeah, I just did it because I'm getting a little bit older and I wanted it into something nicer. That's what real men would say. A beta male would make up some dumb excuse about, well, you see, the thing about haircuts is it's all made up. It's all made up. Okay, so then if I grew out like long girly hair, that's outside of the conventional man hair. So then that's manly again. Alright, so either bald or like anything really girly is manly in Andrew Tate's mind. Big brain logic. Did I also mention that, like, I don't think he likes black people?
As soon as a fucking black person starts touching alcohol, they all start getting out of control and rowdy.
So I walk around my house with a sword.
But I mean, he is a rich human trafficker that pays off the police, so I guess that makes sense. Wait, you didn't know he was a human trafficker? He was cleared of these charges. But let's be real. He lives in Romania, Eastern Europe, a place that is known for its illicit, how we say, provocative material. There are a lot of places in Eastern Europe that operate these like cam girl websites, and some of them, the real scummy ones, bring in girls from other parts of like Europe or America. They promise them like that they're gonna like, you know, oh, we're gonna date, or you know, like we're gonna go out, like you're gonna be one of my girls, and then they get there and then you realize it's like, oh no, you're actually gonna work for me. Here, this is, you have to do this, otherwise I'm gonna like kick you out. You're already over here, like you have to stay here now. And you might be like, oh well, he got cleared of the charges, that he got cleared, like he's not in jail, so clearly he didn't do it. Except Andrew Tate has even explicitly said that he moved to Romania so he could pay off the cops.
I like living in countries where corruption is accessible for everybody. So in Romania, where I happen to live, is the most Christian country on earth. There's churches everywhere. People see a higher power beyond simply just money and government. They believe in God. That's another reason I like spending time in Dubai. It doesn't matter if it's Allah or God or whatever you want to call him. I like that. And also, I like Eastern Europe as a whole because corruption's far more accessible. I find it offensive that a police officer in England will stop me for speeding and then refuse to take a bribe and pretend that... No, but I'll tell you why. Because he'll sit there and go, no, this is the law and order, and pretend that the law means something and fuck me over. But if you're a billionaire or if you're Boris Johnson, you can go to Epstein's Island, you can fucking throw parties during COVID, you can do whatever the fuck you want, right? So the whole idea of law and order is a lie. The whole idea of it's bullshit. It's just about if you're high enough, you can throw it all away. I'd rather be in a society where if I'm in Prague and they stop me for speeding and they say, bro, you were speeding. Oh, here's $50. All right, cool. Bye.
He's like, yeah, justice just works different down there. If you have money, you can just pay off the cops. So why would I ever believe in the legal legitimacy of a man who admits that he is a corrupt person? If you tell me that you pay off the cops, if you pay off the law, and then you tell me, oh, actually, I didn't do something illegal because the law said that I didn't do it. Bro, you just told me that you paid the law. I just want to thank Gunner TV for inspiring to make this video. He's a really cool channel. I hope you subscribe to him. At the end of the day, who is Andrew Tate? Andrew Tate is a very sad, insecure, wealthy, I'll admit, but deeply, deeply insecure. And it's fine to be insecure. If you feel insecurity, even if you're an Andrew Tate fan and you hate me, but you're still here, it's fine to feel insecurity. Because if you say, I don't feel insecurity, that's how we all know that you're the actual insecure one. Because a human that doesn't acknowledge his insecurities is just denying biology. All humans feel insecurity. Andrew Tate feels insecurity. He just puts on a persona online. He's a YouTuber. He's a TikToker. You think that he's actually like, oh, wow, that's actually really good advice. Just because he's living a life scamming his fans doesn't mean that you're gonna get that exact same life. The goal is to make you feel as insecure as possible, to want to be like him so bad they're willing to suckle him off just so you can get a taste of what his life is like. because your life is nowhere near what his life is like, and you want to feel that same way. But it's okay. I'm here to teach you today what to actually do. Start watching me and subscribe. Alright, thank you. I'll give you advice later. Alright, but if you're at this point of the video, please drop a like. I mean, you're here way longer than most people are, so thank you. You know, but also notification bell. That's pretty nice too. Okay, but I gotta go because video's ending.